Hello and welcome to another opening range mastery training video for opening range success formula and day trading with hot scans. In this video I'm going to show you a little technique you can use in hot scans in order to better understand what's driving the Dow. Now you may want to use this just because you're curious. You may want to use this because you want to find stocks that are moving. You may use this because you want to figure out whether or not the Dow is really a broad-based move today, and you may want to figure it out to understand whether or not being in the diamonds has a good opportunity today because you've got some good-looking stocks in good spots that could move big, and if that happens, the diamonds are going to move. And the last one there was one of my focuses for doing this yesterday. Now, a lot of you may not realize this because there's a lot in hot scans that's just kind of buried and hard to remember all the cool little things you can do with it. This is one of those things, and that is that there's a portfolio that's managed that we call the 1MG, the Dow 30 portfolio. Now, if a portfolio starts with 1MG, it means that it's always going to be in your portfolio list, and Market Gauge is maintaining it. So you don't have to do anything, it's always there. If I select the Dow 30, hit Run Scan, this is what will happen. Now, I started with big volume, so my table is sorted on big volume. It's also got my defaults down here below in terms of the filter criteria. Now, if I want to just look at what the overall Dow is doing, and I want to find the stocks that are really moving the Dow, I want to do a couple things. First, I want to change it from 25 per page to 100, so I get all Dow 30. Second, I am going to remove all the filter criteria, okay, which you can do when you're in a portfolio. So I hit remove filter criteria, and that will do an automatic recalc here. I've got my page size set to 100, so now I can see the whole Dow with the sort being volume. And I could easily change it to show me the stuff that is leading the market higher. I happen to have opening range volume checked, which is a slight tangent here. It's a good thing to have right in the morning to see which of the Dow stocks are generating the most interest. In this case, it was in the first 30 minutes. But that's not the emphasis of this video, so why don't I take that off so we can focus on. Here's the price change for the whole day. Now, here's the key. The Dow, the way the Dow is calculated, is based on the point move, not a percentage move, but the actual points move, the dollar move in a particular stock, not capitalization weighted either. So what does that mean? It means the price change here is what's driving the Dow's move. Now, taken one kind of step further, that means that generally the larger priced stocks are the stocks that are going to move the Dow because they're more likely to move. IBM at $200 is going to have a lot easier time going up $2 than Alcoa here at $10. All right, so one of the things that you may want to focus on as you scan down the list is what are the high price stocks doing. But if you want to find out which stocks are truly moving the Dow, you want to sort it by the stocks that are moving up the most in terms of dollars, not in terms of percent. Okay, now in this case we've got Alcoa up here at the top of the list as being one of the bigger movers, but the truth of the matter is it's only up 8 cents. Okay, we've got Procter & Gamble. Now this is a good move, up $2 as the biggest mover in the Dow, but it's not the biggest influencer in the Dow. The biggest influencer is actually going to be IBM because as I scan down it, I can see that's the one that's up the most. So if you want to have the ability to filter by the price change, go to the advanced filters. Right here, this top box, which you've probably never used, but it is incredibly powerful in a number of different ways. This is one of them. I can change how the table gets sorted, my ability to sort it. The default is percent price change, but if I change it to dollar change, it's going to get what I want for the Dow. Now, in a completely different instance, while I'm here, I should explain that you may want to know which stocks are moving the most relative to how they normally move. And so a percentage of their average range is going to measure the stock's movement today relative to its average range. So you may have a really high price stock that doesn't move very much, and so its average range is going to be lower. And today, however, it's moving a little bit more. You're likely to pick that up, okay? Or you might have a low price stock that has a very low average range, and now it's moving significantly relative to its average range. You're going to pick that up. So you're going to get a different list depending on what you choose here. Most people just tend to look at either dollar or percent price change. Most products tend to give you that option. This product gives you the percent of average range. So back to the Dow, dollar change is what I want to change my setting to. Run scan. I'll hide the filters. And now when I sort by price change, which it did for me, you can see IBM is coming up at the top. Why? Because it's got the biggest dollar change. The next biggest dollar change is PG, and then JP Morgan, and then CAT. Okay, so how do you use this to then extrapolate whether or not the Dow or the diamonds might be in a good position to move higher? Now this is where it gets a little fuzzy or extremely interpretive. But yesterday, as we looked at the market, IBM was up very quickly. It was up $4 very quickly during the day. So with the Dow up about $40 and IBM up $4, I could quickly look at this table and say, you know, most of this move is coming from IBM. That tells me two things, two possibilities. I could quickly go down and look at some of the other high-priced stocks that have the greatest ease of movement in terms of bigger prices or bigger price changes, and see what their charts look like to see if they're likely to have a decent move. That's one approach. Is the Dow kind of poised to move because the bigger stocks are poised to move? The other thing to watch out for is, yeah, the Dow's up $40, but the truth of the matter is it's really only up because IBM is most of the move, which the interpretation of that could then lead to, don't get too comfortable with the Dow being up because it's not up in a broad way. Now, the other way to look at broad is, again, to be able to look at this screen very quickly without even looking at the actual prices, using the change for the day column. You can quickly see how many are up, how many are down. If it's green, it's up on the day. If it's down, it's red for the day. All right, there's a little bit different viewpoint. If I change it since the open, it's now going to tell me how things have moved off the open. Slightly better. Okay, a little bit more green, a little bit less red. All right, so that would indicate that the while the Dow's being driven primarily by two big movers here, IBM and PG, and mostly by IBM, the general consensus of the Dow is it's up, it's just not up much. So I would quickly go down to the bigger stocks, CAT, see if it's in a good spot to break out and move higher. I'd look at Boeing, see if it's in a good spot. I'd look at McDonald's. Where'd McDonald's go? Here's McDonald's. Okay, see if it's in a good spot. And again, why? Because Boeing could easily go up $1. Caterpillar could easily go up $2. McDonald's could easily go up $1 and change. These things are all going to add up really quickly. It's going to be hard to get Citibank up $1. All right, the GE is not going to go up $1. So I'm going to look at the big stocks, be able to assess quickly what the situation is in terms of what's going to move the Dow, and have some insight into whether or not I want to be long or short the diamonds, or whether I want to be comfortable with the strength of the overall market as defined by the Dow. All right, so all that stems from, as I said, and I'll review quickly, just understanding that you can go to the portfolio and select the 1MG, the Dow portfolio, and do a really quick and powerful analysis of what's going on underneath the hood. Hope that helps. I'll see you in the next video.